Okay, this won't be the best quality video, but hopefully it'll help you learn how to get around on the Fire Stick. So once you plug it into your TV, plug it into your power and turn it on, probably take a couple minutes and you'll get to this screen. It says this because it's looking for a Wi-Fi signal, so you need to hook yours up for the first time. So scroll down to network settings and find your network. So mine's called Dodgers. Spectrum and other companies have two different Wi-Fi signals. There'll be a normal and a 5G. Use the normal one. Do not use the 5G if you have two different ones. So find your network and type in your password. And hit connect. And then over here on the right, obtaining IP address, connecting, connected. It might say connected with problems, but then eventually it should say connected. So once that shows like that, you're good to go. So hit home on the Fire Stick remote. And your Fire Stick should look really similar to this. And really the only programs we're going to need is here under recent. There's 4 or 5 programs here, but really you're only going to need 2. You'll need this BMC and you'll need No Sleep. And probably No Sleep will be the one that most people use. That's your live TV. Live sports, live channels, live pay-per-views, anything like that. So I mean, you could scroll down. There's a lot of other icons and apps here. But the only 2 things I ever use on mine is BMC and No Sleep. And I do put 2 different No Sleeps on here. Just they're both exactly the same. It's just a matter of which one you prefer. So it makes no difference to me. But I usually use this APK1. So you'll click on that. And it might come up to this window first. You'll click the very top one. It says Live TV. And then across the top where I'm on favorites right now, these are just the categories. So there's USA Regional, UK. Usually USA is all the way there. I don't know why the regional is over here. But anyway, most people are going to be, you'll just keep scrolling over to hit the USA section. There's entertainment, kids, sports, documentary, news, movies, that kind of stuff. So we'll go to USA Sports. And this has like the ESPNs and all that. So you'll just find what you need and hit select. Usually in 5-10 seconds it should start playing. It's usually quicker than this, but I don't know why today it's been taking a little bit to switch over.
To today's game. Look and see how his changeup is going to act.
But the quality on this is just excellent. Very little buffering. It's just amazing. So I'll hit back on here. USA Entertainment has the A&Es, BETs, Comedy Central, Fox, really whatever you need. And it's nice it even tells you what's on. Like Game Show Network has Cash Cab. And the guide's usually pretty accurate.
I have no idea.
So Cash Cab is on. So I'll hit back on there. You could also search up at the very top if you were looking for Game Show Network, for instance. If you didn't know where it was at, you could just do GSN. There's Game Show Network. Or ESPN. I like to search sometimes if you don't know what category it's supposed to be under. There's a lot of BT Sports, which are UK type stuff and that, but there's your ESPN. I don't know why the ESPN's the one that seems to be taking long loading today. You've seen how quick the Game Show Network came up, but ESPN's taking a little longer, but quality's still excellent. These guys are really good, hardly any buffering. This is, like I said, a paid service, but it's included. If I sold you the package, you're good for close to a year with this, so it is amazing. It has all the sports packages. There's MLB, NBA, NFL. I don't think there's any baseball games on right now, but you'll hit MLB, and then there's MLB Directs 1 through 15 or 16. It goes all the way to 22. I thought they were having a second group on there, but either way, that should work. But these will be the baseball games once there is some. It's only noon right now. I don't think there's any games on. Not for another hour or so. But another thing I like about, if you're into sports and that, like I try to tell people, the game's probably on a couple different spots. Under USA Sports, they have a lot of the Fox Sports from around the U.S., which is really nice. The Arizona, Detroit, Florida, Ohio. So it has Fox Sports Ohio and Fox Sports Time Ohio. So a lot of times this will be nice. The Indians games will be on these channels too. So here's Sports Time Ohio. So there's a couple different places to watch the games, which is nice. So anyway, NFL, those games will be on there if it's that part of the season. Canadian stuff, all the way over. So you can play around with this stuff, see what you got in there. That's good to go. I'm going to hit home on my remote. And I'll open up the other No Sleep. It says V3, just version 3. It'll be the exact same thing, just different layout. So here's your live TV. It even tells when it expires. April 20th, 2019 is when this will expire. But the layout's still the same thing. USA, entertainment, sports. And this one kind of gives you a preview here on the right. It's getting ready to open up A&E. There's a preview of A&E. If I want to go to CBS, I'll click on that. It'll give me the preview on the right. If I want to watch it, you hit enter again, and it'll open it up. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, so I'm going to get out of that. So that's live TV. I actually have it in 3 spots. There's these 2 No Sleeps, and then BMC. The BMC is usually going to be for movies and TV shows, but I'm going to open this up. And this also has No Sleep, so it's a 3rd place to be able to watch it. Usually when this opens, I think I had it open a couple minutes ago, so it's probably not going to do it. But I tell people, when you open up this program, maybe wait 1 to 2 minutes. You'll see in the bottom right corner, it'll start doing updates and clearing out memory and stuff like that. So you're better off waiting until that thing cycles through, or else it'll slow you down even more. But not a huge deal. You can start trying to get the stuff if you want. It'll just slow you down. But here's No Sleep again. I put it inside of this. This is Cody. This BMC is Cody. But anyway, you'll get the No Sleep here. It should load a background. It must be being a little slow right now. There it is. But really, you could just click right here or scroll up to the icon and hit select. So this is the 3rd place for live TV. And like I said, No Sleep to you guys will mean live TV. That has all those live channels. It has UFC pay-per-views, all baseball games, football games, channels, whatever. So in the bottom right corner there, you can see where it says working. Oh, it just went away now, but you'll go to live TV. There's the working in the bottom right. Just tells you that it's going. There's all the UK stuff, USA, entertainment. We'll just try a channel on here to show you guys. It's all 3 are exactly the same. And it's really nice, this guide on here, what tells you what's on. So down to Comedy Central, it says The Office is on. Click on that. It'll bring you over to The Office. It's on a commercial now. But so anyway, I'll hit back. For people that like UFC, sometimes they keep it under live pay-per-view. But one thing I know for sure is if you go under UK Sports, it's pretty much always on BT Sport 1 or BT Sport 2. So you'll just scroll down to here. And they have a couple different channels. 3 of them on 1, 3 of them on 2. But UFC pay-per-views will be on these BT Sports. Turn the volume down a little bit. But all UFC pay-per-views are pretty much always on those as well. So I'm just backing out to get to the main menu. And if you see, it always plays this video in the background, which can be kind of annoying. But if you go down to right here, you can hit stop if you want. So I'm right there at pause and stop. So I'm going to hit stop. I can stop the video that way. So the only thing I use in here besides No Sleep would be movies or TV shows. They both work the same, but if you want to watch a movie, make sure you're under movies. If you want to watch a TV show, you've got to be under TV shows. So movies, you'll scroll up and there's these different programs here, but I would pretty much always use Placenta. That's a really good program, and if not, maybe Incursion as a backup. But try to just get used to always using Placenta. And this would work under movies or TV shows as long as you're in the right section. So you can go by genre, by year, most popular. And if I go all the way to the bottom, there's a search. But usually I'll go to year. Well, I mean, this is what I do just to show people. 2017. If you know what movie you want, just search for it. It's going to be easier that way. But if you don't really know and you want to see movies in 2017, here's a list of movies. So I'm just going to go to Jumanji. That's always my test run. So I'm going to hit select on that. And it might take 5 or 10 seconds. I already hit select, but it's not really showing anything. Just be patient. Now it's coming up, preparing. And assuming you paid for the Rd No Bmc package that I offer, which I do try to make, tell people to buy the no sleep and to buy the Rd No Bmc, it makes a world of difference. So what it's doing right now is pulling links to try to find Jumanji, and there'll be paid links and free links. So the paid links would be the ones if you paid for the Rd No Bmc, which it'll be included in your cost. You'll have 6 months of these links. So these paid links work a lot better than the free links. And like I said, the Rd No Bmc is well worth the money. If you were using the free links, that's what everybody else in the world's using for when they're on Kodi and they're trying to watch these movies. And you got 500,000 people trying to watch the same link. That's what makes it buffer and slow down. You're on these paid links. They keep you on different servers. It's a better quality. Hardly really no buffering on these. So anyway, now it's starting to pop up stuff for Jumanji. It's found 18 links for 1080 quality, 43 for 720. So you'll just let it go through. It's looking for these providers. It's found the links down here. Now it says working. So it's going to pull up all our links for the movie Jumanji. So here they are. And in the RD, they'll tell you these are the Rd No Bmc ones. And then it shows you the 1080p quality. So the very first one, I'll just hit select on. And it should start playing. Number 1, number 2. It skipped number 1 for whatever reason, but that's fine. It'll play one of these. It's still a 1080p quality, so. See, this is great for this movies and TV shows. And what I tell people about this Rd No Bmc, it's basically like an unlimited DVR. It has basically any movie, any TV show, anything ever made, which is really nice. So it's cycling through a couple. It's on number 3 right now. I mean, it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's going to play one of these, and it's going to be on 1080p, which is excellent quality. There it goes. So it kicked it off. It says working. It's going to start playing this movie now. It tells you down there, Jumanji, 1080, Dolby Digital, all that good stuff. I'll let it play it just for a quick second, but I mean the quality on it's excellent. It's probably hard to see on this video because this quality's bad, but it's a 1080p quality, and since it's the Rd No Bmc, it's on a different server, you paid a premium, they make sure these links are excellent. So I think you guys will be impressed with this. Alright, I'm going to back out of here a little bit and stop. That's because I want to show you the TV shows. TV shows will basically be the same, so I'm up here, hit stop. But if you want to watch a TV show, same thing, go to Placenta, and it'll break it down, same thing, genres. You can go by network, you can search for a show, and it has old stuff from, the 80s, the 90s, newer stuff. Stuff pretty much comes on here live. If there's a show on later that night, if you log on, it's probably going to be on there. But anyway, we'll just go to networks if I don't really know what I'm looking for. ABC. But just make sure you're into a Placenta program or something like that when you're looking for this kind of stuff. So bottom right it says working. It's going to bring up all the shows on ABC, TV shows. So here's all the ones. I'll go to Grey's Anatomy. I know that's a popular one. So I'll just hit select on this. And it's going to have every episode of Grey's Anatomy, starting with season 1 all the way down to season 14 must be the new one. So I'll try the newest one. But if you wanted to go back and watch older ones, you could do that. But here's 14. I'll just scroll down to the bottom. This must be the last episode. And over here it tells you on May 17th must have been the last episode. I don't know. I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. So I'm going to click on this episode. Season 14, episode 24. It was on May 27th. So it's going to look like Jumanji. I hit select. It's going to give you the paid links and the free links. And you'll want to use those paid ones because they definitely work a lot better. And the live TV, the no sleep, your package should be close to a year for it to work. And this Rd No Bmc will work for 6 months. So I can get back with you guys in 6 months if you're using it and you like it. Probably be like an extra $25 or so, and we can renew it for 6 more months on that. The live TV's usually around $30 or so for a year, which is so cheap. So, same with this. Remaining providers. There's 9 more providers. They're just looking for different links. They must have found enough, so they're kicking it out. It'll always put the real debrid ones first because they know those are the premium links that work better. So, all these RDs are the real debrids, and these are in 1080. So, same thing. I'll hit number 1. If for some reason number 1 doesn't play, it'll go down to the next one. But 1 through 7 are all 1080 quality. So, as long as it plays 1 through 7, we'll be good. So it's trying to play link number 1. Number 2. And it's playing number 2 now, which is a 1080p Grey's Anatomy. And then down at the bottom, same thing. It's a 1080p, 5.1. It's in English.
Found that marriage has actual health benefits. Married people live longer, have fewer strokes, and fewer heart attacks than people who are single. Scientific or not, I find that.
So I'm just going to back out of this and do my stop, then back up my main screen since I'm done.
You are going to make such a great flower girl.
But like I tell people, this real debrid is a steal for the $20 or $25 for 6 months. It's basically like an unlimited DVR. You'll have that no sleep for live TV, but if you happen to miss a show, if you go into this TV shows on Placenta, you should be able to find any TV show, whether it's current or 10, 20 years ago. It should be on there, which is really cool. So this BMC is basically Kodi. You'll hear a lot of people talk about the Kodi program. It has a lot in there, but really, you know, the movies and the TV shows is probably the only thing you need. If you want to play around with it, though, you can. It has cool stuff here. I guess one thing I could show you, there's this non-stop program. I use this for the girls. We have this in the girls' bedroom. So non-stop, it just plays these random TV shows for, non-stop, 24 hours a day unless it gets kicked out. But we'll put cartoons on for the girls, and then it'll just keep repeating cartoons over and over. So anyway, 24/7, there's TV shows and there's Kids Club. So I'll click on Kids Club. 24/7 Kids Club. It just takes a little bit of time to play around with, but then here's the select cartoon, so it'll just play. The quality on this isn't amazing for most of the stuff, but like I said, for what it does for a 5-year-old to put on a cartoon and let them watch it for a couple hours is pretty nice. So here it just brought up, tons and tons. I mean, there's just so many on here. I guess in some... Whoa, what happened there? I'll try to find something that I recognize just to see if it plays and work. But this will work for normal TV shows too if you want, but like Bubble Guppies, there's a popular one. So I'll just hit select on Bubble Guppies, and it's just going to play random episodes. It won't let you select which one or anything like that. But like I said, if you got a kid who just loves Bubble Guppies, you can kick that on and not have to worry about it. So it was saying working. The bottom right is kind of froze now, but it should kick over here in a second and start playing Bubble Guppies. This is a free program. Everybody's going to have this. And like I said, there could be times it's glitchy and it might not work the best, but it usually does pretty good. Maybe. There it goes. Started back up again. It must have found a link or something like that. Hopefully start playing Bubble Guppies. There it goes. So anyway, because I don't want to drag this video on too long, you guys...
It's me, Molly. And
Let me
it's
stop
time
this.
for...
So you guys can play around with random stuff. There's kids stuff on here, but you know, a lot of the stuff don't work the best. Like I said, that cool stuff non-stop is what I like for kids cartoons. I really haven't played around too much on a lot of this stuff because when you have the paid No Sleep and the paid Rd No Bmc, you really don't need these other apps. But you know, you can mess around. Sound is supposed to be music and stuff. TV Guide, I don't think you'll need this because this is live TV, but you know, everybody here is a Mobdro, which they put over here. And I actually did put Mobdro on people's as a backup. But if you have people that are telling you about the Fire Sticks and that, and they tell you Mobdro, you have No Sleep, which is way better than Mobdro. So anyway, I'm going to try to cut this video off, but No Sleep will be in here for live TV. If you're under movies, go to Placenta. If you're under TV shows, go to Placenta and find what you need. So I'm going to hit home on the remote. And like I said, as a recap, the only programs you probably really need would be this BMC, which is the big DVR for movies and TV shows. And it also has the No Sleep, which is live TV, but you could use one of these for the live TV, which is No Sleep. I'm not going to open this program, but this is Terrarium. You could use this for movies and TV shows if you want to play around with it. It is linked up through Rd No Bmc, so maybe you prefer this one. You're welcome to use that too for movies and TV shows. And there's that Mobdro I talked about. It's live TV also, but the No Sleep over here will have way more than Mobdro, and the quality will be better. So anyway, I'm going to shut the video off, but if you guys have any more questions or anything, get a hold of me. I can help you out. One other thing, if it seems to be running slow or something, sometimes I'll go to Settings, Device, and do a restart, which that's the same as, make sure you're doing restart, don't do reset, restart. And you'll hit restart there. It's just going to like rebooting your computer. Same as unplugging it from the wall. If something's really acting funny, you can do that. And one other thing I hear people recommend, I never need to, my internet seems to work good, but some people say it does help to reboot your internet and your router, you know, once a week or every couple weeks. So if you seem like you're having a lot of problems, it could be on your side and on your internet. So maybe unplug your modem from the wall for 2 or 3 minutes, plug it back in. That could fix the problem, but really I don't need to do that. My stuff seems to work really good too. So hopefully this video helped you out and learn how to do the Fire Stick. Thanks.